brings the concept as it is understood, what creativity is, and what are some of the blocks to creativity. Because if we are able to identify our blocks to creativity, we can always remove those blocks and become creative. So, first of all, I would request all of you, I'm entering a Google form link here in the chat box. Kindly click on the link. Oh, is it taking? It's not picking up. It's not taking. Okay. So kindly go to the Google form. Am I audible to all?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So can you see the link, please, in the chat box? Please go to the Google form. There are 12 questions, very simple one. Answer those 12 questions and we'll continue with the deliberation on the concerned topic.
Ma'am, you are requested to please share the link again.
Okay, I'll do that. 1 minute. लग रहा है कुछ problem. It's not. Okay. Okay. It is not taking. क्या हो गया? ये मुझे नहीं आ रहा. Not good. Are you able to see the link, please?
Ma'am, have you shared on the chat box?
Yeah,
No, ma'am, it is not shared.
it is thrice I've sent. I don't know what is happening here. Chat box, enter. It is not showing even to me. What is it? Not able to see the link?
No, ma'am. I think
Okay, if I send it to you, can you put it in the chat box?
yes, ma'am. Yes,
What
ma'am,
is
you
it?
send it to me.
Just a minute. Why it is not taking enter the message and I am putting the link here and it is not accepting?
Ma'am, you please write something in the chat box, something else in the chat box.
Already I sent a message, good afternoon to
Yes,
everyone.
ma'am, that is visible.
But then what is happening to this link? It's not accepting. Is it now visible?
No, ma'am.
So, what to do now? Just a minute.
Ma'am, if we can continue with the
1 minute.
out the form.
No, that will not help.
Okay.
Because whole is linked to it. Whole presentation is. Just give me 1 minute. How do I do?
Okay.
So
Okay,
if I just a minute, just a Google form. कहाँ से निकलेगा? Yeah, again and again the meeting is being cancelled and I have to join from your browser. क्या हो रहा है? Is it? दो तीन. Oh, I think I'm making a mistake somewhere. Now is the link? Dr. Paneet, you have your email ID. Can you send me?
Ma'am, link is shared now. We have, yes, ma'am. It is visible
Okay.
to us and it is in the chat box. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I think what is happening? I am not able to see anything. Okay, now it is there.
Ma'am,
Fine.
it's
Just click
possible
on
you
the
can.
link. Just click on the link. I'll again copy it and paste it. Right? Now it is taking, I think, no, it's not going. Link is not going. Abhi, are you able to click on the links, the participants, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so carry on. There are 12 questions. We spent almost 320. We have time. So up to 320, you can answer these 12 questions quickly.
Okay, so all the participants are required to fill the form till 3:20. Just click on the link ma'am has just shared and answer all the 12 questions.
This is good. Connected. afterwards and click the link, go to the Google form. No, it's not taking. Something is wrong with it. So again, the link has been posted. Anybody who has missed the previous one can click on the Google form. 12 questions. Those who have completed, thank you. We'll take up all these questions during the presentation. So I've got 13 responses right now. We are 39 now. Please fill in. You still have time. Trying to connect. Link is broken. Okay. Got 15. Even request all 43 members are there. Kindly do it. Click on the Google form, fill it. 12 questions, simple one. 15. 20. Oh, good. At least around 50% we're likely to have. Hello. 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 The web.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am. Uh, Ma'am, are you there?
वो कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा. So, am I now visible? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So, well, friends, I'm sorry. There was some problem with the app and it didn't work. So, let me share the presentation with all of you. If I'm going to the PowerPoint presentation, I hope it is visible to all of you. Anybody who can comment on? Is it okay? So, friends, is the concept and blocks to creativity. I'll request others to kindly mute. And to begin with, during the last few centuries, we have witnessed marvels of science, technology, and you can see for yourself the kind of changes which have occurred in the automobile sector. If you look to the kind of cars which are available, and in the near future, we are likely to have car which is flying. If you look to the structures, the civil engineering also, you will agree with me that construction industry has advanced and you have now high rising structures which are available. And if you look to the kind of aeroplanes and the kind of beginning we made, and now we have the aeroplanes with the latest facilities and the mobile phone, which we have been using over the years and which has become an integral part of our lives, you can see how it evolved. And now you have smartphones which can perform multiplicity of functions. New features have been added to mobile phones, and further going to that, computers, internet, then social media like Facebook, YouTube, Google, etc. And then we have lot of technological development taking place in form of solar energy, wind energy, and robots working in the malls, in the hospitals, in the restaurants, and so on. Then we can see agri drones, 3D printing. All these have been the innovations which we have witnessed over the years. And when I say all these innovations, how these innovations have been possible, this is because of the creative problem solving by the individuals. And creativity is the underlying process which helps anybody to come out with creative solution to the problems which are faced by the mankind. And we also know that India has ascribed to 17 Sustainable Development Goals, which UN announced. And if you look at, it starts with no poverty, no hunger. Fourth is your quality education, even that aspect has been covered. Then it is talking about the infrastructure, it is talking about employment, it talks about providing equal access to everybody. And then if we have to achieve these sustainable development goals by the year 2030 or 2035, then what is required is creative problem solving. And for that matter, each one of us need to have a different perspective of the problems to find innovative solutions to these problems. And these are the grand challenges which have been identified by National Academy of Engineers. And I would say that creativity, innovation, research and development, these are the three components which are actually the drivers of economic growth and development. And in 21st century, creativity, innovation and research have been highlighted to the extent because there have been unprecedented changes which have taken place, and there is increased pace of change and demand for dealing with complexity is there. The industry especially requires to add value to its products, services, and processes in order to compete at the global level. What industry is looking at is that people possess these three skills: creativity, innovation, and research and development. And thus, it becomes very, very important for all of us as an individual to find out how creative we are and how creative we could be, because not many of us are utilizing our potential to the maximum. The problems are still faced by the mankind. These problems, political, social, unemployment is a problem which is faced by the country. Education itself, where access equity has been under scanner, and we are not able to provide complete access to the people who are eligible to be in the higher education system or even at the school level. And quality is not there. New policy has initiated new principles to provide access to quality education. In addition to that, you will all agree with me, there are a large number of problems, and pollution is one of them, which is faced by us. And these problems are not faced by us as individuals or groups or organizations or as society, but at different levels, these problems are faced as individuals also, as groups also. And these problems can be viewed as problems, or they can be viewed as a need, or they can be taken as a challenge. For example, when we say that the gross enrollment ratio at the higher education level is 26.3, this is a problem. But if you say need, now new education policy has set the target that it would be 50% by 2035. That is a need. That is, you want to bridge that gap. That is 50 you want to reach, and at present it is 26. So it is viewed as a need. The challenge before the country is to provide quality education, which is accessible to all, it has equity in it, and it is inclusive. It provides access to everyone. So that is a challenge before the country. So any problem which is faced by the mankind is viewed as problem. If we view it as a problem, maybe we get demotivated. But when we view as a need and a challenge, then there is a motivation to solve that problem. And once we look at these problems are very complex. There is not one factor that impinges upon these problems, but there are multiplicity of factors. For example, if we talk in terms of environmental pollution, the complexity is that it is not question of what kind of fuel you are using. It is also concerned with what kind of engine is there in the vehicle. It is also concerned with the attitude of people. Even if the public transport is available, people don't go by the public transport, but they prefer to have their own vehicles. So complexity means that there are a number of factors that lead to this kind of situation. And if we have to find an answer to these problems, what we need is not disciplinary knowledge, but we require interdisciplinary knowledge. Because here you can see people from mechanical engineering are involved or automobile engineering are involved. The people who are in the chemical engineering field, they are involved. The people like social sciences, that is very much involved. The psychology needs to be understood and the social factors need to be understood. So it is a kind of interdisciplinary problem, and that can be solved only when there is synergy among the various disciplines. And this was the question which was raised to you, that whether all the individuals are creative. And let me see the response which you have given to the question which was there, whether all the individuals, so each individual is creative was the question. And here I find, except one member, all the 30, the responses which are given, they all agree that each individual is creative. So that means when we are looking at this, is very true. There is a myth among the people that creativity is the prerogative of few. But creativity is possessed by each one of us. The dimension of creativity may be different. One person may be very good in art, another person may be very good in linguistics, another person may be very good in mathematics, another person may be very good and very creative in the field of engineering. So creativity gets exhibited or demonstrated in different aspects or walks of life. It is not restricted to one particular area, but each one of us has an element of creativity. So with this assumption in mind, let's go to what is the concept of creativity. Creativity can be viewed as a product or can be viewed as a process. Now, when I say as a product, there was a question in the questionnaire that many of us would assume that creativity means producing something which is novel. This is the first assumption which any layman would say, that creativity has to do something with novelty. Any novel idea which has been given by an individual is creativity. Anything novel produced by an individual is creativity. But I find that many of you have already given the answers which I was not expecting. That was that it's useful, it is adaptive to reality. The idea may be novel, but unless and until that idea is relevant to the context, and it is useful in solving certain problem, advancing knowledge in a particular area, or you can translate that idea into reality for solving the problem. For example, if I say I can climb to the sky, now this idea, it's an imagination which I'm sharing, but how do I reach sky with the this is a question. If I can elaborate on this idea, I can chalk out a strategy which can be adopted to reach the sky, then only that idea is adaptable to reality. Given an idea is not enough, but it should be relevant to the context. That means it should be applicable and it should be transferable and it can be applied in a given context and should help in solving the particular problem. So I find that 58% of the participants do agree that any idea which is novel, which is relevant, must be useful as well as adaptive to reality. So this is where it is a question that when we look at creativity and assume that it is a product, so it fulfills these four conditions, but in addition to that, something which is aesthetically pleasing, which is a real treat to watch, and it changes one's view of the world. But creativity can also be viewed as a process, because majority of us have adopted an attitude of indifference. The things as they exist, they continue. But unless and until you are able to perceive a situation and identify the gaps or the disturbing elements in that situation. For example, we all know that quality of education is under criticism. As teachers, what should be my role and what should be done to improve the quality? Not many of us as teachers would be thinking. When it comes to the student, because quality is determined by the students also. So are the students able to identify what are the gaps that exist at my level that the teacher is not able to effectively implement the instruction? Am I taking the previous knowledge which is required to the classroom? Am I able to participate in the activities in the classroom? Or am I able to adhere to the schedules given by the teacher? These are the questions which the students can ask themselves. So once you are able to identify the gap in the existing situation, that what should be and what is, and then you formulate the hypothesis and test those hypotheses, and then you come out with the results. So creativity can be viewed as a product, can be viewed as a process. And then which part of your brain is actually responsible for creativity? It is not the left brain, which is in use for logic, analysis, rationale, which deals with facts, which enable you to learn language and use language. And it is more rational mind, which is your left brain. But creativity is a function of your right brain, which deals with imagination, intuition. It deals with creativity, it deals with your feelings, and it deals with daydreaming and even visualization of the events. So the role of right brain is more evident in case of creative behavior. And creativity is characterized by four things: fluency, flexibility, originality, and elaboration. Now, when I say fluency, It simply refers to generation of large number of ideas. Now, for example, if I say brick, I say, give me the uses of brick in 1 minute. How many ideas can you generate? That is your fluency. That means the greater number of ideas you are able to generate, the more creative you are considered in terms of its fluency. Flexibility. Flexibility refers to, are the ideas related to one particular domain, or are the ideas generated in different domains? Say, for example, I took an example of brick. Now, brick can be used in construction, and you can enlist number of users of brick in construction. But you can use a brick for decoration purposes. That is another. You can use a brick for a support given to somebody. Okay. It is again as a supportive material. You can use it. It's another area. You can use a brick for your own safety purpose. You can use it as a weapon. So it is another area. So flexibility refers to whether you are able to generate ideas in different domains, or you generate ideas only related to its conventional or traditional use. Then comes originality. Whether the ideas generated by you are original, novel, or they are conventional ideas. So when we say originality, that means the lesser number of people giving an idea, that idea is considered to be creative. And elaboration. Can a person elaborate on his or her idea? If I say I can use brick as a decorative piece, can I elaborate how I can use brick as a decorative piece? So this is, in a nutshell, that creativity is characterized by these four things: fluency, flexibility, originality, and elaboration. Then next question comes that ideas, from where ideas can be generated? Ideas can come from anyone. It can come from a small child, or it can come from an older person. Idea can come from anything. You are, say, viewing birds. You are viewing a sky. You are looking at a lake. You are looking maybe at a brick, at another person. It can give you an idea. So look at a few examples which we had. Many of you who are familiar with chemistry, Kekula, when he came out with the structure of benzene, then he dreamt of, and this dream was in terms of a snake, and he could visualize the structure of benzene. And here, I don't know, the internet is taking time, but clip which will give you an idea.
He had a dream. He saw chains of iron atoms writhing like snakes before his eyes. He's been thinking about the structure of the benzene molecule. You know, it had 6 common atoms, but its structure was unstable. Benzene couldn't be a single chain. What was it? Suddenly, one of the chains moved forward. It seemed to be a snake biting its head. This was the answer to the riddle.
Now, if this was the answer, and you could see that one of the examples which has been given, and if we move further, we can see that the aeroplanes, they were invented by looking at birds, how the birds fly. The idea comes from anything. And likewise, when we are talking in terms of the laws of creation, then what we all know is there was an apple which fell down from the tree, and that led to an idea generation, and it led to the evolvement of the principles. And here I had this figure before all of you. Just try to think how many squares are there in this figure, and put an answer to this in the chat. If you can count the number of squares in the simple figure, please put your answer in the chat box. Count, quickly count. So can I shift? Okay. So I'm not able to see the chat box now. Amandeep Singh, 13. How many? So no chat. 20. Puneet says 21. Satya Raj said 32. 21. Okay. So friends, when we say how many are there, see here how many are there. Actually, this figure consists of 30. 30 squares are there in this figure. Many of you who have given lesser number have imposed certain conditions on yourself. These conditions may be that we could not perceive the situation correctly. Here you can see 444, the 16 are evident, and one square which contains in 17. Then you can consider 2 and 2, then you can consider 3 and 3, and if you are able to count these, you will come to know that these are 30 squares. And this problem was given to you. This problem was given to you when I handed over. And it was in the question here, write the number of squares in the given figure. And see, we have got maximum here 66. And 66 has been the number given by 7 people. I don't know how you counted 66, but actually it is less than 1, that is 65 squares are there. Because 15 block is there, and then you can see that the block has 5, so 65, and okay, 65 blocks, okay. Now here, this was the question which was raised, and you can see the exercise. Then is a 9 dot problem, which many of you might have done earlier also. If you have done, it is okay, but many of the people fail to do that. They fail to join these 9 dots with 4 straight lines without lifting their pen or pencil. You can try for a while. If you like, you can try it out. And here is another problem which is given. Why I am giving this and showing you, you can, in a face-to-face situation, you can do it. But here, many of us would impose certain kind of limitation that we have to remain within the circles, the dots. We cannot go beyond the dots. If you try to break this assumption, you are able to draw 4 straight lines.
Sorry to disturb, ma'am, but your screen is not visible. Please share the screen again.
It is not visible?
No, ma'am.
आज क्या हो रहा है? I think I am making some In between, sure. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It is okay now, ma'am.
It's visible now. I think there are two screens coming up. Okay. So this was the problem that 9 dots are there, and you have to join these 9 dots by 4 straight lines without lifting your pencil or pen from the paper. And I was explaining that many times this exercise has been done in face-to-face contact mode, but we have found that people impose certain limitations or assumptions on themselves. People assume that we have to remain within these 9 dots and join them. People don't think going outside, but no such condition has been imposed in the exercise, but we impose certain limitations and conditions by ourselves. And that is the reason that we are unable to solve some of the simple problems and then the large number of complex problems which we face into. I'll give you the answer maybe later on. And another problem you are looking at is a mathematical problem, but simple one. 1300 plus 20 is equal to G.
I'm sorry to disturb again, but please share the screen again. It is not visible.
It is not visible. It is already shared. It is already shared.
But it is not visible here.
One minute. You are sharing thing. ये क्या हो रहा? I don't know. अभी तो ये आपका ऊपर आ गया.
मैम पहले स्टॉप कर दे शेयरिंग, देन अगेन शेयर द स्क्रीन.
वो मैंने कर दी, लेकिन ये आपका क्या हो? अच्छा, जस्ट अ मिनट, नाउ गिव मी टाइम. ये तो मैं मीटिंग में हूँ. Am I in the meeting?
Yes, ma'am. You are in the meeting, ma'am.
But वो मुझे तो दिखाई नहीं दे रहा. I'm not able to see. Just a minute. Okay, let's hear this. Stop sharing. 1 minute. And now again sharing.
Yes,
Is it कौन से वाला अब? Yes, online, the Microsoft PowerPoint. Is it visible now?
It will take a few seconds.
Yeah, a few seconds. It is.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible now.
Now, this is another problem. That is 1300 plus 20 is equal to 1400 minus 40. Now, when we look at this problem, the first thought would be, is it a mathematical problem? Nobody has bound you. The question is, under what situation or condition the following equation will hold or holds true. Now, this is with respect to the time. Just think in terms of time and you will be able to agree with me that 1300 plus 20, that is 120 is equal to 120. So that is the answer which you can give here. Now go to another one. Like these, there are a number of blocks to creativity. Though creativity is possessed by each and every individual, but people are not able to maximize their potentiality and utilize creativity in solving problems creatively. Now here, there was a question, number 6. Let me just go to that question number 6 because I'm not able to exit karungi. Exit, okay. If I this question which was posed to you, question number 6, it was with respect to I prefer to indulge in activities in which, and there were 4 alternatives given. Success is granted, there are high chances of success, there are high chances of failure, and there are moderate chances of failure. And here if you look, 60% of the participants have already said that they would like to indulge in activities where there are high chances of success. And if I look at a blue one, 1%, so 61% of the people out of the total lot would like to indulge in activities which there are high chances of success. Is the screen visible right now? So, why this happened?
No, ma'am, the screen is not visible.
No, it is already shared. Is it visible?
No, ma'am.
No?
No, ma'am. And there will be an option where on the menu screen
Okay. There is no option for entire screen. Sharing of stop. Just a minute. Give me. When you say share, can't you entire screen? Okay. Is it now visible?
It will take few seconds, ma'am.
Yeah. Is it?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
Okay. So I'm so sorry. Today I don't know what's the problem going on with it. We have been since our childhood been trained in that success is rewarded, failure is criticized, and failure is punished. So many of us would venture into activities where there are high chances of success. But due to this fear of failure, we do not explore and we do not venture into new activities or new directions, or we don't want to tread an untrodden path. So creativity get paralyzed by the fear of failure. And this is one of the blocks which does not allow people to find creative solutions or give creative idea, because they always fear failure at the other end. Now, this was a problem which was given to you where these two figures have emerged in the questionnaire. Now, here, when you look at, this is little simpler, this little more complex, and this is the most complex figure as per the, if we simply look at this figure. So another block that exists, maybe I'll not switch over to another tab because it is causing a problem. So just bear with me that if you have attempted this question, that you have given an answer to how many squares are there, you had to simply count the squares. These were 18 squares, these were 65 squares. And as you increase, the complexity of looking at this figure is more. So many a times it happens that when a situation is simple, we try to find solution to that situation. If the problem is little more complex, we lose the motivation to find an answer to that problem. So the block is in terms of the complexity, the ambiguity that exists in the situation. People are more prone to structures, like a person who always prefer to have a very clean table and work on it. But at some point of time, there is a mess created on the table. Now, this is a person who would not accept this kind of situation. So they always would love to have simplified jobs and simplified routines which they can adopt. So any kind of complexity, uncertainty, or ambiguity in the situation would withhold the person from exploring or adventuring into new arenas. So creativity gets hampered. And there was also a question in the questionnaire that how many of you would like to go for a vacation without any planning? So I would prefer to go on vacation without any planning. So if you frequently do that, that means you take the risk, you like certain uncertainties, and you would like to venture into, you would like to go to the place and then explore whether the hotels are available, whether you can go for sightseeing and so on, make your own arrangement. Many people would avoid that. People say, okay, you book your tickets, you book your hotel, you have the conveyance, you tie up with the local tour and then go for the sightseeing. So they cannot accept uncertainty in the situation. So that is another big block to creativity. That is allergy to ambiguity. They would require all things well planned, well structured, there are well laid down procedures for doing everything. So where is the question of creativity? Another block. There was a question number 9 in your Google form, and it was with respect to that I would abide by the social norms. So majority of us expect that people would do work as per the customs, traditions, rituals, and procedures. They would not like to break the social norms. But now the things are changing. You're looking at a male member who is changing the nappy, but looking at it, there may be a number of people who would say, this is not your job. This is not your duty to do that. It is the duty of a lady. They conform to social standards. So if you are a person who is bound by the social norms, social traditions, and the rituals which are there, then you are always looking for the social approval, and you have the fear of flouting the social norms because there will be disapproval by the society. So you cannot accept that disapproval by the society. So you don't give any original or any novel, even if you don't agree, you will go by the social norms and tradition. So conformity to the rules, conformity to the traditions, customs, rituals. I don't say that person should not conform to the rules, but rules which have worth, rules which do not hamper your growth and development, rules which do not hamper finding solutions to the complex problems. So you should abide, and there is a rationale for that particular rule or a tradition which is being accepted by the person. So look for which are the rules, even when we look at, so one should rationally think of, is this rule applicable in this situation? And if not, then what should be the alternative? And if you try to do that, that means there is flexibility and you can adapt to the new situations and new realities. Pettiness. Pettiness refers to the fear of humiliation and rejection. That means we don't indulge into new behavior, or we don't want to invent anything new. And whatever is going on, we are happy with it, because when we are working with others, we don't want their rejection. We don't want to be criticized and humiliated by others. This is true when we are in the company of others. And if people start approaching us in certain situation, we always view those people with a doubt that what person is coming to me, why this person wants my opinion or my knowledge, and so on. These are the people who are living their lives at the mercy of others. If you go by this, your self-esteem is very low. You do not give any worth to yourself, and you have a very unrealistic self-concept. So the people should, whenever you are in a meeting and you want to speak and you want to give something new, but you withhold that idea, maybe the people will criticize and they will laugh at me and they will not accept it and reject me. This may be there. Or you want to try some new instructional strategy and that you are not doing because everybody is doing a lecture method, so I can do the lecture method. So you think that people will not accept and you don't indulge into new behavior, new techniques, and new ideas. This is the touchiness. So again, this is a block to the creativity, and it doesn't allow the person to give new ideas, new techniques. Another important aspect is the resource myopia. Now, when we say resource myopia, that simply refers to the individual is unable to take the accurate assessment of one's potential, one's strengths, and he is only able to look at a very limited kind of resource that is available. Or say, for example, as a Department of Chemical Engineering, you are looking at bringing some change in the department. That is, you want to establish, say, academic linkages with industry. And you are looking at the resources which are available within the department. But you are not trying to explore the resources which are available in the other departments of the Punjab University. So your access is only up to the resource which is available in the department. As a teacher, when I go to the class, I look at what is available in the classroom and my access is only to those resources. I don't even look to the resources which are available in other classrooms or in the university itself and try to utilize those resources. So resource myopia, whenever a new idea is given, the first thing comes into mind is there adequate availability of resources? And when you are looking at the adequacy of resources, you are bound by the resources which are accessible to you, easily accessible to you. And you are not going beyond exploiting the resources which are available at the disposal of other individuals. So here it is very, very important that the people who are unaware of their own strengths, they will never be able to indulge in giving new ideas or giving evolving new techniques or new methods or new procedures. But the people who doesn't have resource myopia would like to build a network and try to utilize the resources which are available with others also. If they have a problem, they would like to share with others so that they can use their wisdom, they can find out a way which the other person has already used in finding a solution to the problem. So this is another block to creativity. This is, I think I skipped rigidity. Let me explain this problem. Now, say for example, if you are given 3 jars and the capacity of the jar is indicated A 21, B 127 and C 3, and you want to have 100 liters of water, how would you come out with this? How many times you will use different jars to get a quantity of 100? Now, the simple solution to this problem is that you have B127 capacity. If you take out 21 from it, so B minus A, you are left with 126. And if you minus 2C, you are left with 100. So you have 127, you subtract jar A and subtract twice jar C, you get the equation solved. So you get 100. So the equation is B minus A minus 2C. Now, if you go to the second one, the next problem is b minus 2a. If you look at this, how would you go about? Now, if 134 minus 50, again you get 84, minus 2c, you get 80. If you continue following this and you reach at the last one, what people do is, because by this time they're very sure that this is the simple equation when you apply b minus a minus 2c is what you need to apply. And by the time they reach the last problem, which is much more simpler, that is 23 minus 3 is equal to 20, even there they will like to give the same answer, 49 minus 23 minus 6. Now this is, if so quickly we become so rigid in our approach to finding a solution to the problem, in life we have learned so many things of doing things. The same approach we follow. And there are three factors which affect this. One is the stereotyping. Stereotyping is when we try to journalize things without sufficient evidence. Say, for example, there was a question in the Google form that how many people, if I know the background, social background of the person, I can predict his behavior. Now, this is a stereotype. It is normally said, I would say, you will pardon me when I'm using this, that Mittal, Singlas, they are much more intelligent in as far as mathematics is concerned. Now, if this is a statement, this is based upon our stereotype because there have been number of examples there, but it is not equally true for everyone. You cannot say every person is equally intelligent. No. Dogmatism, when we hold a belief which is not warranted by information. Say, for example, in India, we use this, बिल्ली अगर आपका रास्ता काट जाती है तो आप उस रास्ते से नहीं जाओगे. People go back. अगर कोई छींक मार देता है तो रुक जाओ. Now, where is the guarantee that something wrong will happen? It doesn't happen every time. There may be a coincidence, something bad happened, but it doesn't happen every time. So it is a dogma, it is a belief which is blindfolded, accepted by many of us. And then there is a third reason, the functional fixedness. That means whenever we look at any object, any tool, any technique, then we say this is used for this purpose. And we cannot foresee any other purpose to be served by that particular object, tool, or technique. Now, I was giving an example. Say, for example, you were thinking of paper clip. And normally we use paper clips for holding the papers and so on. But paper clip can also be used as for tying up your curtains. You can use it. You can open it. You can make a string of it and put beads in it and use it. You can use it as a ring. So it has number of purposes which can be served by a paper clip. So functional fixedness, dogmatism, and stereotyping, these are again three important blocks to creativity. And then the last one is, I'll go back to the Google form for 5 minutes, starved sensibilities. Now, see how we are banned by our elders, by our colleagues, by our seniors, by the elderly people at home. They normally give us these do's and don'ts. You are, say, a grown-up child, then, and you indulge in some kind of imagination. So you are asked not to indulge in, say, they'll say, stop daydreaming, stop the imagination, come to reality, come to the facts. And if you want to express your feelings, even those are curbed at number of times. That means your senses are not allowed to function. And it is said, even the sense of hearing, touch, smell, many times these senses are deprived of the experiences. And if you do that, how you can expect the people to give new ideas, the original ideas, and how the people are going to sense the gaps that exist. Leave it, leave it. It is said, leave it. The things as they are happening, don't bother about that. So you are not allowed to your sense to identify the gaps and the disturbing elements in given situation. Or maybe it is also said, it's a small thing, it's a small mistake, it's a small error. Don't bother yourself. So things are like that. Or if you are thinking of a very novel idea, it is said, or can't you be rational? Is it a rational idea? So novel ideas may initially doesn't appear to be rational. So it happens that many a times by the do's and don'ts which are given to us, we are unable to express our emotions. We are unable to sense the gaps and the disturbing elements, and we don't imagine anything better in the given situation. So these are, in nutshell, the blocks to creativity. I'll go back to the Google form and quickly look at the responses which you have given me and relate to it, because otherwise it won't make sense to, we were here and you have given 66, 65, and then write the number of squares. इसको छोड़ लेती हूँ मैं अभी, for the time being blocks पे आ जाती हूँ. Squares, the number of squares, 27, no, 18. So here, the very first one we have already dealt with, the block, that was that people do fear, have the fear of failure, and they would like to venture into activities and tread the trodden path, adopt the same procedures, because there is a high chance of success if you use the known procedures and use the similar procedures. And then there was a question, do you frequently go for a vacation to a new place without any? And here again, you will see that 59% of the group have said that they will not like to frequently go for a vacation to new place without any planning. That means we all go by that we want to be certain that we don't put ourselves into any kind of discomfort. If there is no, everything is certain, then there is no need to explore it or venture into new activity or adopt a new behavior. So the question of creativity is limited. So here again, only 41%, about 41% of the people said that they would like frequently go for a vacation to a new place without any planning. So that is again where it shows that these people have a tendency towards creative behavior. So there is not, this is not a block. The uncertainty, ambiguity, or complexity is not a block to them. Then another question was, I can predict behavior of a person if I know his social background. Now here, 39% have said that they cannot do it, but 61% have again said that they can do it. Now this is only on the basis of what we have been listening, and maybe there are few examples here which you have experience of the similar kind. But in reality, this is not true for 100% of the people. So this is where you are going by your, what I said was, the stereotyping which has you have been listening. So don't try to be governed by your stereotypes. Try to break those stereotypes, meet new people, new objects, new techniques. Here it is more question of new person. So even if we say, we nowadays, after using Chinese products for quite a long time, we have now come to a conclusion the quality of Chinese product is not good. Now, this is one. But if you go to US and then you buy a Chinese product, it is entirely of a different quality. Even then it cannot be generalized. So always try to break down the stereotype and then open-mindedly you interact with the person or the thing or the technique, and then you can actually find out so that shows your openness. Then I normally abide by social norms. 64% almost said they abide by social norms. So I would say only those social norms which are relevant, which have the rationale, you go and abide by. 36% of the people have said they will not like to abide by. Maybe this is a response which you have given, which cannot be again generalized. Maybe certain social norms each one of us abide by, but there's certain social norms which anybody would like to break. So break those social norms which are not relevant. So that is where again you come out with conformity. So now these conformity, whether you think that rule is relevant, that behavior is relevant, only then you conform to it. Then I can accept criticism without any problem. So here I find 52% of the people said they can accept it. This is a good thing. If you can accept the criticism, this shows that you can express yourselves, and so you don't need to evaluate what the people would say. Loki ki can ge, that is not your concern. So you express, you give your ideas, whether they are accepted or rejected is as later on you would think of, but you give. So you can accept the criticism, so you can improve upon your ideas which you give to others. 48% have said they can't take the criticism. I think this habit needs to be broken, because criticism, you may think that your idea is the best, but let the other people evaluate and give their judgment, and then you try to evaluate your own thoughts and then try to improve upon that. So that will help you in refining your ideas and come out with better ideas. Now here you can think of Edison, who failed 1,000 times when he invented the bulb. So it is not that people don't make mistakes or don't fail, but they keep on improving upon, learning from their mistakes and improving their behavior or improving their ideas or techniques and so on. Then I do not hesitate sharing my problems with others. Now, this is a question with resource myopia. So here the person who have said 69.7, so 70% of you have said you don't hesitate. It's a good thing. That means you are looking at the resources which are available to the other people also, and if need be, you can exploit the utilization of those resources. 30% have said they don't like to share their problems with others, because if I don't share, I always view my problem within a given frame of reference, and I don't have a new perspective to my problem. If you share with someone, maybe you are able to have a very different view of the problem which you shared with others, and you are able to find solution to those problems. So develop a habit, maybe not with everyone, but you may have people who are trusted, to whom you can confide. You can always discuss your problems with those or the concerned people who can support you in a problematic situation. Then the last question was, I prefer facts over imagination. So the creative individual, facts, okay, are needed, but creativity requires imagination. So here I find only 12% of the people have said imagination. So if you don't actually prefer imagination, you will not think of novel ideas. So imagination is very much required for creativity. So that is needed. So let me go back to the chat box and look quickly if there are. Am I with the group?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's quickly go to the chat.
Participants,
Anji would like to ask Hanji.
participants, if you want to ask anything, you can write in the chat box.
I think today, very sorry because of the connection problem.
Or it happens actually, yeah.
Number of times this was lost, the connection was lost.
Yes, yes. So participants are requested to write your questions in the chat box.
Are all of them with us or have left? I don't know.
I think most of them are with us. So,
Chalo.
okay, so yeah, so thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for this wonderful talk. And I think all of us have gained a lot from the session. And it will definitely help us in converting our imaginations into the reality. And it will
Okay.
definitely help our participants in thinking and imagining the things and making those things a reality for themselves. And this will definitely help in the research work also. So thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you very much for being there and participating in this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.